So here's the first scramble. You did this red-white block. So from this orientation, you started like this and did L, F, D prime, solving that. Then your other pair was this one, and you did U, M prime, R, Y prime, F. It's pretty good efficiency, but what I would have done is, starting from this angle, R wide, F, D prime to make it a bit more finger tricky, then U, R prime, F, like that. Actually, since you have this here, you can just do U, F, and then that's almost solved, so that's a little bit better. Then for your second block, what you did is this. You did U, and then R wide, U, R prime to solve that. Then you did this pair by doing U prime, and then another U prime in the back. You solve this pair. So there were some pauses in that second block, and I didn't like that pair solution. So what I would have done instead is like this, U, R wide, and then since I know that that's the pairs like that, solve it like that, and then pair them in the back, giving me this better other pair. Oops. And also you didn't orient your centers at the end of second block, which messed up some other things in your solve. So I'll show that now. So here for your CMLL, you did U2 and solved it with 2 looks. So you did soon, U2, J-perm. And what I would have done is obviously this 1 look case. So these two match these two opposites, this algorithm. So I recommend you finish up CMLL. It's very beneficial. And then for your LSC, this is where the problems came. So you did M prime because you had to do orient centers to figure out what your EO is. And you did M prime, U prime, M to get the arrow. U2, M prime, U prime, M prime. Then you saw these two, paused, and did U, M prime, U2, M. Paused again, U prime. So overall in your LSC, there were a lot of pauses in between substeps. You're pretty confident within each substep, but oops, I need to set this up. But between substeps, there's a lot of pausing, so I would just recommend looking ahead to what's coming instead of just sitting there and spamming TPS. So actually try to think about what's going to happen next. So for this LSC, I would have had my centers oriented, and there's not really much you can do for EOLR here, so just something like that. But right here, since I'm tracking this, I know that if I do a U prime M prime, it's bad. So I'm going to do U prime M, and then like that, and there's the ending. Here's the second scramble. So you did this red-yellow block because you have this pair and the things on the back. So you did L prime D to solve that and preserve this, and then did U F prime and then L U prime X. So what I would have done in that case is just once again the same thing except slightly differently. So I would have started from here and done R wide prime D U F prime R wide back prime. But in essence, this is the same thing, just executed differently. And then for your second block, you started here. You saw that that was there. You did R prime, U, R2. And then after that, you solved this pair, which is bad because I would have chosen this one instead, which is a lot easier. So you did U, and then solved them like this. And then you solved this pair in the back, so like that. So for that second block, I would have gone like this and solved this pair first, leaving a better pair here. Then for CMLL, for 2 look, it's just a skip, so you just did sexy sledge and then finished. Once again, I forgot to mention, but your second block, you forgot to orient centers. And then here you did U because you thought, I guess, you had a J perm, so you did RR prime, and then changed your mind, did M prime, and now you paused again because you didn't know your orientation beforehand. U prime, M, U prime, M, and then M prime, U2, M prime, so you corrected yourself there. And then you did U, M2 to solve those, and then just like that. So once again, there were a lot of pauses, and I think most of them are caused by pausing at the beginning, and then that's just setting you up for error. So just having the centers misoriented at the beginning is quite a problem. So I wouldn't really recommend that. And then once you have them oriented, you can really start to predict EO during CMLL. Then you can predict LR during EO, and then you can predict 4C during LR. So everything just sets up nicely. So I would have solved them like that because it's a good arrow, M2, and there's the end. Here's the third scramble, you did orange, white. So we have this piece here, that there, and then these two here. So you solved it with L2, D prime to solve that, and then F prime. And then you solve these two with U prime, R prime, R wide back 2. So that's pretty good. Once again, your efficiency is really good here, but just try experimenting with different angles, because what I would have done here is would have started an x2 away, so I can do R wide 2, D prime, F prime. And then for this one, you kind of use an extra move. So what you can actually do is U prime R, U prime back 2, and that's a bit faster. For your second block, I guess you thought this was oriented, so you did R2, but then you corrected yourself and did R, and then solved it like this. Then what you did is you solve this pair with MU, M2, and then into there. And for this pair, what you did is an RU solution that's pretty long. You did like that. So what I would have done in that case is something more like this. Once I insert that, I can do an R wide 2, do that at the same time, and that leads me to a better case for this one. And once again, you didn't orient your centers, which sets you up for mistakes in LSE. So then you did U prime and then F succeed F prime twice, which gives you a skip again. And then here you did an M prime and then paused M2, I don't know why, and then that to get arrow, and then that. But now we have both on top, so you have to do M2 again, then U prime, that, and 4C. So in this case, what I would have done, I would have started, let's say if I started like this, you can solve that, and I know this is here, so keep it on the bottom, solve them like that, and finish. So overall for your solves, I would say first block, good efficiency, just try rotating around to see if you can avoid L moves and stick to the R stuff. And then for second block, just try to pick your pairs better. Maybe watch the second block series I have, and also take a look at some of the second block algorithms. CMLL, finish learning that full one look CMLL. And lastly, for LSE, make sure you orient your centers at the end of second block, and then just work on looking ahead to different steps. Thanks for watching.